Hey guys, welcome back. So what we're looking at today is 6.6, yard work in segments. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this first part, we're looking at averages, measures of center, and a rhythmic mean. So for each set of numbers, find the mean or average and explain how the mean of the set compares to the values in the set. So remember, finding the average is where we take and add all of the values together and divide by how many there are. So for number 1, we're going to add 6 and 12 and 10 and 8. So 6 plus 12 is 18, and 8 plus 10 is 18. So 18 plus 18 is 36. So this all adds up to 36. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 values, so we divide by 4. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So the mean is pretty close to the set of data that we have here. Now, on one like number 5, there's just 2 values. Guess what? You just add the 2 values together. So 43 plus 52 is 95. We divide by 2 because that's how many there are. So we end up with 47.5. So that's what it looks like when we're finding the mean or average. Now, what we want to do here is find the value that is exactly halfway between the 2 given values. Explain how you find this. So if we want to find the exact point between 5 and 13, what are we going to do? We're going to find the middle. So we're going to find the average. So we're going to add the 2 together. 5 plus 13 is 18. We divide it by 2, and we're going to get 9. So the middle number is 9. The exact middle or the midpoint. So midpoint is your key word for this lesson. Now, in cases where we've got a negative, negative 12 plus 18, we still add them together. Negative 12 plus 18 is going to be a positive 6. We divide it by 2 because we're finding the middle. 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right, the next section. So we're looking at having midpoints of segments and proportionality of sides embedded in similar triangles. So we want to find the coordinates of the midpoint of each line segment below. If multiple line segments are given, then find the midpoints of all the line segments. Now, here obviously we just have one on each of these, or just one line segment. So we want to find the exact middle. To do that, there is a formula. So your midpoint formula, so midpoint equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So if we look at this, our x1 value is 1, so we have 1 plus x2 is 9 over 2. And then our y values, we have 6 and 2. So 6 plus 2 divided by 2. 1 plus 9 is 10 divided by 2. 6 plus 2 is 8 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So the midpoint is right here at 5, 4. So that is what you're going to do. When you add your x values together, you add your y values together, you divide each of them by 2. So same idea, 15 and 16. Notice there are 3 sides because we have triangles, so you need to find the midpoint of each of the sides. And if it's not a whole number, that's okay. We're dealing with midpoint, so there's a good chance it's going to be a decimal. Sometimes, so 17 and 18, we just have the values, so then it's even easier. So we're just taking negative 8 and 7 together and negative 2 and 3. So negative 2 plus 3 is 1, so 1/2, comma, 7 plus negative 8, negative 1, so divide by 2, negative 1/2. There's our solution. So that's all about finding the midpoint. All right, next we're looking at using proportional relationships to find the desired value. So for 19, if a line is drawn parallel to BC, so here's our BC, and we want to draw a line parallel. So that means it'd have to be going down like this. And through the point A, at what coordinate will the intersection of this parallel line be with DC? Well, to figure this out, we want to take and look at sorry, I just want to make sure I read it right. We want to look at what the slope is of the line BC, because if it's going to be parallel, they have to have the same slope. So for B, we're going down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So we'll do the same thing from point A. Let me make this a little bigger. So we'll go down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So this point right here would be where the new line will intersect with DC. So this point is at 4 and -2. So same idea for the next one. You're going to be drawing a line that's parallel, going through a certain point and finding the intersection coordinate on one of the other segments. Okay? All right. Last but not least, we have proportionality in parallel, or with parallel lines, sorry. So if we look at this, we want to write a proportion for each of the diagrams below and solve for the missing value. So we're going to do 25 together. So 8 over 5 equals, you have to keep the same parts. So this is this part and this part. They go together because they're across from each other, 12 over x. So now to solve this, we're just going to cross multiply and divide. So we have 8x equals 12 times 5, which is 60. We divide by 8. So x equals 7.5. Same idea for over here. You'll set the ones that are across from each other over one another. Or you can set the same side. It doesn't matter. So like we could have done 8 over 12 equals 5 over x. That would have also worked. We'd get the same answer in the end. So proportionality is kind of nice because we can do it in different ways and still get the correct answer. All right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.